Some people might be vaguely familiar with this machine. Probably even more so when I show you the power supply. If you've been paying careful attention, you'll have noticed that there is writing on the power supply. The meaning of which I don't really understand. Catty something PC. No real idea what that means. But if you don't know what this is the Prosys, formerly Pentium 4 based machine, but now it's got an Athlon. I think it's actually an Athlon XP. I know it's a 3000 plus. We'll find out shortly whether or not it's a Athlon XP or an Athlon 64, or what it really is. I've basically finalized the configuration of this machine, and I've decided what I'm going to do with it. So we've still got the ATI video card. That probably isn't going to change. I do need a video card for this, because it doesn't have onboard video. So I guess that's going to be the video card, because I don't really have anything else in my stash. The 40 gigabyte hard drive that's installed in it, well, there is a 40 gigabyte hard drive installed in it. You didn't know that before now, but now you do. That came out of the Compact Desk Pro. It's got stuff on it, but I'm just going to erase all of it anyway. So it's there. Same optical drive, no real difference with that. It's just the LG DVD burner. I don't really need that, but I'll have it in there anyway. This thing is going to run, well, for now it's only going to be running Windows 7, but in time it will also be running Ubuntu with the Rivendell radio automation software installed, because I'm going to be using this as sort of like a radio automation box. I have an audio only server. I've been using that and mix in the auto DJ mode, stream music, but that's kind of tedious. I gotta hide stuff from my library in order to do that I don't want played on that. This, I can control exactly what I'm playing without having to modify my library for the on-air stuff. So that'll be nice. And it gives it something to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this thing up and I'm going to fire it up. So I've got it all cabled up. So, I don't know if this thing is configured for automatic power on when I flip the switch, but it might be. I'm probably in the way. Where's the switch? That's not. If I didn't mention it already, I did install the cooling fan on the CPU heatsink in a rather redneck fashion. There is a screw in it, but there's only one screw. And I will have to find an more appropriate heatsink fan for that. I think there was one more problem with this machine, and it is that it did not retain the CMOS settings. There we go. I was going to say, better post. It's a setup. I think it's the lead key to get it set up. Here we go. So there's our hard drive. 40 gigabyte drive. For whatever reason, that other thing is slave. I don't really like that, but hold on, there's not much I can do about it. Everything else looks okay. System information. Now that wasn't really what I was going for. CPU, Athlon 64 3000 plus. Awesome, so I can run 64-bit Windows on this. Although, I think it's only got 1 gig of RAM. It's only got a gigabyte of memory. So that's probably not a good idea, but you know what, I'm going to try it anyway, because I am all about experimentation. I think everything in here is okay. Oh, it is saving the CMOS. I was going to say, I was prepared to tell you that didn't save the CMOS settings, but it actually does, because there was a jumper missing that I had to put in place. There has to be the jumper. The clear CMOS jumper has got to be in place and in the normal position. Otherwise, it always clears the CMOS, which is kind of stupid. But, once again, it's an Asus motherboard, so what are you going to do? Boot device priority. You should have the CD-ROM before the hard drive. Everything there should be okay. Oops. So, we will go ahead and exit and save changes. And I'm going to let it try and boot to what's on the hard drive, because why not? It won't work. I can already pretty much guarantee you that. For those of you that are just tuning in, the motherboard that's installed in there now is an Asus K8V SE Deluxe. It's actually a rather high-end board. I'm surprised to find it in the scrap heap, but given all the quirks that it's got, I now know why. Okay, if there's wind noise, I apologize for it, but I don't think we're going to be using this optical drive. Even the press and bang doesn't work. So, now the tower's going to fall over. So I'm going to have to pull that out. Now, after help prying the front panel off, I did manage to replace the optical drive. You can see it there. Here we go. I'm going to boot from the CD, which I want to do. And then it'll take forever to start the installation environment. I'll tell you what, a black screen is very, very reassuring. Yeah, I can tell this is going to work real well. Okay. Go for the next. Unattended setup. I don't need to worry about the network resource because it's local, it's on that drive over there. Doesn't see it for some reason. Oh, you can put it on a floppy. Yeah, it's not seeing my drive, so either the front panel USB doesn't work, or the USB doesn't work in general. Okay, put it on a floppy. Floppy in the drive. Probably won't read it. See, Sony discs tend to have a problem with that. Oh, there it is. Okay. So now it'll validate that. We'll process it. And then it'll do all of the partition creation for us, which will be a fun time. Stupid piece of junk. So now the whole system's going to reboot. What a piece of crap. It works perfectly fine. Man, I hate it when things act stupid like that. Okay, the computer is now deciding that it wants to be stupid. There is nothing wrong with that hard drive. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Maybe I should go get the baseball bat. Yeah, I think I should. Because this is ridiculous. Okay, so those of you that know me know that I don't generally like to swear at my videos. But enough is enough. I've had enough of this crap. So bad words are going to start to fly. Which means that if you don't want to hear bad words, then you'd be better off not watching this video. Or if you can't hear bad words, such as if you're at work or something, you'd be better off not watching this part of the video. I have no idea what in a failed installation killed the hard drive that was in that machine right now, beforehand. It's a 40 gigabyte, I believe. A 40 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive. No reason for it to have killed the hard drive, but it did. Pull the drive out, put a new drive in, same capacity, and everything is now working. If you want my completely honest opinion about it, that is fucking retarded. Okay? So, instead of using an answer file this time, because obviously it isn't going to work, even though it should, that's sort of the whole point of an answer file. Choose an interactive setup. It's going to ask me for my product key. It's up on the screen over here, which I can't read. We'll accept the license agreement, which I assure you I read very carefully. Although if you notice, there's no scroll bar, so I can't scroll through it. Now use the scroll bar. What scroll bar, you piece of junk? Give it a name. We'll put in my name, which is fine. No additional storage drivers, though we shouldn't need any. We'll go ahead with our same partition information. delete this partition because we don't need it. Install to unpartitioned space. Don't care how big it is, just work. NTFS default, give it the volume name that I was going to give it. Quick format. Come on. All of that's fine. We are in Canada. Might as well set that correct. We think it'd be able to figure that out. It's got an Ethernet cable plugged into it. It's Microsoft we're talking about. Custom installation. I don't need the accessibility tools. I'll install all the accessories and all the utilities. We'll go ahead and install additional drivers. Don't need POS for .NET. I don't think I'm going to need .NET 2.0. We'll install Windows Media Format, update group certificates. I don't think we need anything else. I think everything else should be okay. Yeah, everything else should be fine. So 674 megabyte installation. That's good. System manage. I don't know why it doesn't default to system manage. And here we go. Computer name. Here come the swear words. There we go. Managed to fit that in there. I think that is a very appropriate system name. Let's see if there actually is a problem with the disk subsystem on this motherboard. If there is, all of it's coming out. I'm just going to put something else in this case because I have no patience for crap. So, start the installation. No disk activity. That is reassuring. Oh, there we go. Now it's actually working. Wow, holy crap. So why couldn't it do that automatically? Doesn't make any sense. Piece of trash. This is turning into a ranty video. Oh, it really is. I might not even upload it. Because it's junk. This video's crap. I already know it's going to be crap because nothing has worked right. Where's that hard drive? Where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. Really don't know how a failed installation can kill a hard drive. That doesn't make sense. I'll have to put it in something else and recover it now. Shouldn't have to do that. Okay, first reboot. So, let's get to find out if the system doesn't post anymore. Because I bet it won't. It's an Asus motherboard. I bet you any money something will have screwed up. Wow, it actually manages to complete the power on self-test, or at least go further than it did with that other drive. Might put the other drive in there and see if I can get it to recover from that. It's probably got some partial format on it that's incompatible with the motherboard. So, should boot from the hard drive. I would have much rather had that Western Digital in there because it's got fluid bearings, so it's not nearly as noisy as this ball bearing drive is. Or it is. Oh. I broke the little, because I got mad at the system, so I whacked it with a screwdriver, and I think I broke the little plastic thing for the lights. I think I broke that out, so I'm going to have to take that front panel off and put that back if I didn't shatter it. Oh well, it deserves it for being a piece of junk. Currently I'm at the end of my tape now. Can't believe this whole process has taken 30 minutes. Although most of it, you know, is pretty well straightforward. It's basically installing programs and all of that. Installing programs, installing updates, installing drivers, so I don't really need to show that. This is what the Prosys machine is doing so far. This is what it's going to do. There'll probably be one more video after I go ahead and, because I also what I wanted to do is I wanted to install, reboot it again. I wanted to install RRA Ubuntu, which is Rivendell Radio Automation Ubuntu. I wanted to experiment with that. I forgot about that, actually, so I'm going to have to resize the hard drive partition. Oops. That shouldn't be too difficult. Famous last words. So, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.